Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everything in between, to the FIFAe World Cup, the knockout stages. My name is BlazyBard. I'm joined here, of course, by Pril, and we are going to be jumping in with the Welsh squad as they make their way through the knockout bracket. We're jumping straight in for the game against the Netherlands here, right on the top of it.
Ninja Pajamas player Oli in the blue side for Netherlands. It's going to be a very well thought out attack for both. Things go well. Obviously, we're going for Wales. We have our usual squad: Creams, Breezy, and Tadpole. Of course, from the SEA Dragons here with us on the orange side. Speaking of, Tadpole now going for an attack. I think just scraped by, but didn't so far. Jory is now going up.
Taken away from them. Jory is doing
Breezy.
some great aerial juggling. Breezy on the top, though. Deals it away, gets it back in the blue side of the court. Some footwork from Creams. Will pass it back over to Tadpole, but Oli is here to stop that offensive straight away. Both these teams rolling back and forwards, trying to find an opening.
I think Creams and Tadpole is going to be the shot stopper for tonight. We'll look for the odd breezy attack, but Oli and Jorius from the Netherlands side is the one to look out for in here, and that's going to be a dangerous one, but somehow being stopped away from the Welsh field. Like for Creams 50 on the on the air, excuse me, and on the left-hand side corner. I think Oli's going to take control of it. He has not just yet, but Creams now having to shadow. Jorius attacking through. Nice 50.
That's Breezy making it back to the ball after getting demolitioned. Tadpole with a bit of a punt there down the center, taken away by Just Us. Will be pushed back over towards orange territory. And this is a good feeler for both of these teams, trying to figure out where they stand and how they can get around them so far. Wales look like actually they might have a bit of an opening. Breezy's through on it. Oli will make it back to steal it away, though, off the side wall. Juggling, but it's down to Creams, who will center it back off.
Yeah, that was a bit of a first dangerous attack coming in from the Netherlands side. Somehow Creams decided to, I think it was Breezy rather, apologies, decided to attack through Oli. Well, now we see Breezy again. I'm not to say about Oli, but Joris tries to take away, and that he does, onto Tadpole's tyres off on the right-hand side corner. Having to attack again, great 50 from him. Now Creams with a shot on target, and unfortunately hits the post. Yet to see a goal yet in the first half as it diminishes, and we will move on to the last 2 minutes and 30 seconds already. Been a strong start from both teams, all things considered. But as I always say, first game, anything can happen. You have to let any predictions let aside. Great defense by Breezy by bumping both the opponent and the teammate there. Oli 50 unsuccessful, just as gets there past Oli now. Having to attempt to set up. Great defense by Breezy again.
Goes all the way back to Joras here. Only 2 minutes left on the clock. Something's
Oh
surely bound to happen. It's Just Us in the blink of an eye with some great pinching there from Jorius. Will just tap it down over the will of the defender. Creams tries to get to it in time, but not quite available to him. This is a best of series here, Pril. So there's a lot more Rocket League yet to play. After 3 minutes of nothing, now 1 goal on the board for the Netherlands squad.
Yeah, definitely a best of 5 as well, not even a best of 2. As we saw in the groups yesterday, or best of 3. Best of 5 always speaks for the professionals themselves, as we already have a couple here, and that is going to be an unfortunate one from Jorius as a defense from Creams. Seemed a bit lackluster from this perspective. Let's see it again. Tadpole trying to move forward, and Jorius with a twisty, turny ballerina dance going into the second goal. Not a good start from Wales so far, but we can absolutely see the performance starting to hike as games happen.
It's not the start that they wanted for sure. Breezy yet again. Sorry, it was Creams in the goal second time around. That he's been a little slow to react to an incoming challenge. Now they have to try and figure out what they're going to do with this last minute and a half. What they should not be doing is leaving the goal wide open. Yoruz yet again sets it up, and Oli knocks it straight into the goal.
Yeah, definitely strategized and set up moments before the game, I reckon. They've been definitely training for that particular attack, and it's definitely worked for them so far. But as I said, you know, first game, anything can happen, and definitely is happening right now. But do fret about Netherlands, rather. They are definitely a strong squad, but We shall see how the rest of the game goes, as this Cream's shot is on target to get the first goal for Wales tonight, and what a way to go through with it as well. Breezy's pass onto Creams to the right-hand side, unable to be saved by Just Use. Lovely to see. Hopefully this momentum tracks on to the rest of the 1 minute 16 for the first game.
It's a great start, and this is such a momentum-heavy team, Wales. They really need to feel that energy throughout the set, and right now, that first goal might be what they need to start turning this around. It's a little short on time here, but 2 goals is certainly possible in the last minute remaining, but at this point, surely thinking more about how they can translate this through into game number 2 and potentially the rest of the series, especially now that they lost that attack.
Oh, wow.
And it's just a beautiful 3-man pass over to the nets, and this is the level of coordination you can expect to see from the Dutch squad.
Yeah, as you said, the coordination is there, the setups are there. They've definitely come into this game warmed up and ready to go, and they've showed it here. Hopefully, for the second game and the third game on, Wales show their momentum very highly, hopefully. But Oli, and especially Jory, has now been an absolute shot stopper for the Dutch squad, as you said. On attack.
Just 30 seconds left on the clock. Going to be nigh impossible for the Welsh boys to bring this one back. Breezy,
great flick.
I have something to say. It's a good flick into the air. Creams with the follow-up, but it's just a little bit too thin. Despite Tadpole coming in to make that final attempt, just taken away from them. A bit of tiki-taka from the Blues. Oli not quite able to translate this time around. A bit more passing, but more proactive defense from the Welsh squad. Game 1 will chalk itself down to 4-1.
Definitely an expected result, looking at the quality comparisons of the squad, but it is definitely going to be a great show for a second game, I imagine, if the Welsh boys get their act together and get the momentum from that squad. I think we will see another beautiful game for Wales this time.
Well, it's gotta be, and it's, you know, it's not now or never, but it's certainly getting there close. A best-of-5 series. So there's just one more game allowed to be lost by the Welsh squad. They got to get a bit of that momentum underneath them there. We saw a bit of the opportunities from Breezy, from Creams, but they were able to really translate. We need to see that energy come back through. Tadpole has been uncharacteristically quiet so far.
Yeah, as obviously done in the SEA Dragons show, you must realise that obviously casting through SEA Dragons on the RLCS Open and World 10, Tadpole was just everywhere. Obviously different squads, but we're talking about the national team here, obviously the captain still. And as you said, I completely agree with it. Tadpole has just not been there, not been Tadpole really for this first game. Hopefully on the second game, people get their act together and show who they truly are.
A bit more presence, I think, would be important. The Netherlands not playing the same kind of demolition-heavy game we saw give so much trouble to this squad yesterday up against their final opposition. Tadpole making an early play for it. It's a little high and it's a little wide, but it's a good demonstration of what they could do. But Wales might have pushed a little bit too far up. Oli able to make a through shot, but it's knocked away by the Welsh squad.
Now Tadpole, we spoke about him just before, passing it on to Breezy on the final third for Wales, getting saved by Jorius. I think Just Use trying to get an ends meet with it. Oli helps in this counter-attack for it, and 1, 2, 3, getting denied by Tad. Now on to Creams. Great flick over, but getting demoed in the process. As for the punishment, now Oli stepping up for it, waiting for Jorius, maybe with the double tap. That we didn't want, or the Wales squad didn't want either. That is, unfortunately for us, a beautiful attack and a beautiful prowess being shown by the Dutch squad yet again, 40 seconds into the game, sorry.
And it was just class, wasn't it? Just absolutely
it was.
Perfectly calculated. The angles measured and managed in a mere second. Hold on, Breezy's beat a defender here. Quick tap around, but Oli gets the demolition onto Creams. There's no follow-up, no backup, no recourse for it. And a second, demoed immediately onto Creams again. Cannot be left alone. Now Tadpole finally making a chance for it. Over on the side, some disruption there from Creams as well, but Oli does get control back of the ball, and it's all Dutch all the time.
Oof, that was some attack that was from Netherlands and Wales in the last 15 there, but definitely have to show some of that more attacking prowess we talked about earlier. But this Dutch squad is like, they're just here not to play. They're just here to perform their best, and they have been so far. But this Cream's dribble, the air dribble, being counteracted the 50 by Dutch squad, but now Oli taking it away once again. They have a miscommunication from Jorius. I think the double tap opportunity being seized by the unfortunate angle that I believe Jorius took. It's another shadow again. Now Jorius into the ties of Breezy.
Like, just us setting it up, trying their might. And I think the problem for the Welsh squad is they just cannot seem to get under the thumb of this Dutch aggression. As another opportunity, but it's going to go a little bit too high off the top bar. Tadpole yet again demoed, and finally a bit of an answer back. Creams will take out the star striker from the Netherlands team. Not going to stop this pace. It's not going to stop their momentum, because even with a man down, they are just going to continue rolling on these offenses.
Yeah, Wales just has to be stuck in this world of just having to defense. Just as I was saying that, though, almost the goal, the equalizer coming in from, I think it was Creams. And now having to look for it again. Oli with the defense, the counter defense is what I call it. The Dutch squad just does not stop demoing, does not stop attacking. Now onto Tadpole, trying to make ends meet with it. Passes it on to Creams. Have to create something out of it. The double commit. Jesus, they are so fast today.
Yeah, it's more aggression from the Dutch squad here. Finally, though, Tadpole has an angle, has an opportunity, but just Oz has been able to get up there. No follow-up available to him.
Wow.
And yet again off the side, but Jorius is in the right place at, in fact, the right time. A third attempt there from Tadpole, but the energy just isn't in the room. The boost isn't available, and while Breezy's able to cancel out this offensive here from Oli, there's got to be some kind of recourse now from Wales. It's a great dribble, and off the back of a bounce, Creams will take first blood for the Welsh team.
Great equaliser to stop, as Netherlands has been an all-out complete control and possession of the game. As I did see the last 30 seconds, Wales has been on that, not look-oriented, but just that one-stop attack, 1, 2, 3, and that's it sort of situation. And they've definitely been going into that more as the game progresses, as there's a minute 30 left, and all hands on deck for both teams to secure game 2 now. With the equaliser from Tadpole, but Breezy gets in the lead with a 1-2 coming up from Tadpole's assist.
It's a great piece of kit there. Tadpole off the back of an attempted clear from Jorius is able to pass it off to Breezy, who just punts it directly in. That's the kind of momentum that this squad desperately needed now, looking to be answered back. Jorius tries to go for it in the air. Taken by Oli, and it's in the right position, but no one's there to follow up on it. Tadpole takes it away. Jorius tries to get back to it with that speed. 1 minute 15 left on the clock, and Wales lead by 1.
I think there's going to be taking a time for Netherlands to equalise, though. I hope the commentator curse gods are dormant today for saying that. Going to be an open opportunity. Maybe the great save coming in from Breezy, the attacker and the defender, bowling into one player as less than a minute remains on the second game. Now Jory is up on the heavens onto the field. Breezy with a great 52. Counteracted Tadpole's attack in the final third as well, but now Oli gets it away, squared away from Jorius. The double tap opportunity is there for Netherlands, but a great save once again by Breezy. Back to back, 40 seconds remaining. All hands on deck once again. Oli getting the demos in again as well, but now Jorius' shot almost saved. I believe that was Breezy once again. But back to back to back, this attacking prowess from the Dutch side, especially the duo that is from Jorius and Oli being on the same team, had to happen for something, as Netherlands, the Dutch squad, have equalised the 35 seconds remaining.
Shot just had a bit too much power for Breezy to counteract, knocked him into the net alongside it now. Looking like overtime might be promising unless one of these two teams can pick up a third goal for themselves. Juggling it in the air, it's a nice pinch. Creams gets up to it in time, knocks it around the side, creates an opening, but it will be taken away by Jorius. Tadpole faces the grey screen, and it's just a soft tap from the underside of his car. Jorius will pop it into the net, and with only 12 seconds left remaining, Wales are going to have an uphill battle to find this last one and even the score for overtime.
Yeah, Jory's almost freestyle-ish goal there had to be an answer for everything, but it's all according to Tadpole in the second game. As less than 10 seconds remain, almost 5 as well, trying to move apart from the final third. Almost the last centre from Creams onto Breezy, but Oli's there first once again. He's been an unstoppable force, and it all depends on when the ball touches the ground here. Last second remain from game 2. As Netherlands picked up the first game, they are already calm about it. The attack is showing as well. Maybe the final goal for Netherlands. Not something we want there. Oli almost saved them for it, as they don't need it, as Netherlands move up to 2-0 overall. Match point for them.
Now we get into this scary position, back against the wall. Wales had a much stronger performance there in game number 2, but it still was not quite enough to deal with the teamwork and coordination of this squad. I think is what I really have to single out from them here, Pril. Yes, they've got these incredible offensive plays. Yes, they have these great tactical angles that they can maneuver to and calculate in real time. But this is a squad that knows how to play together, and every single play seems to be completely in sync.
I mean, it's that core duo of, I believe it was Jorias and Oli being on in Ninjas and Pajamas for so many months. So it's a no-brainer to go for them to go for these high prowess attacks, calculated, coordinated, strategized attacks that Wales just has to look out for, and some sort of defend. Wales cannot go for more, these one-stop, one-shot attempts. They need to control the ball more and get the ball away from the Dutch squad. But as the game progresses, that is going to be a bit more difficult to show, as the first attack already coming in from Oli and Joris as well. Great save again by Breezy. His defense is absolutely showing through the first seconds of the third game, as they have to. The Welsh squad definitely has to put everything on the line to progress into the knockouts for week 3.
Breezy, for sure, has been waking up so far in the last 2 matches. Looked a little unpresent in game number 1, but has certainly shown his stuff here in the second and so far the third game as well. 4 minutes and a half still left on the clock. Still plenty of game left to go, and Wales, we've seen them pull out some incredible goals in game number 2. They just need to replicate that and keep up that defense for a chance to continue in this series.
Yeah, it's definitely going to look like the battle for ages here for the Welsh squad, as we said. Great save by Joris, great clear away rather. Now Oli moving from his teammates, as again, the core 2 duo, man, they're just too powerful right now. They've got all hands on deck for the whole control of the game has been absolutely dictated by them. But Creams getting away from the demos that he's gotten from the Dutch side as they continue their demos as well. And so we have a standoff situation here in the final third of the Dutch side. As we move on, just US onto Jorius, have to save that through. Great 50 from Creams. The only shot has also been saved by the double commit of Tadpole and Breezy, but then they're not stopping. The Dutch side, they're just not stopping with these attacks. They still have the control of the ball. That's why Wales has lost the last 2 games. That's why they need to look out for it and get the control from Tadpole and Creams to move up to the final third of their side of the field. But Oli and Jorius is just too powerful right now.
Yeah, they just seem kind of unstoppable.
And
there are some immovable objects ready to meet them. Breezy certainly has looked that way in this game so far. Creams gets a second one there. Oli unable to execute on his plans. There's a bit of pressure here on the blue side of the map, but just us literally running it in a giant circle will be tapped up by Breezy. Oli comes in, but Creams denies it. Another attempt. But it's Tadpole yet again to clear this one out. Now Creams has an opportunity with Tad. Just does. Steals it through the air, though. And it's back to this defensive play. Turtling up can only get you so far. We need some aggression, and Tadpole's piloting down the field. Beautifully dribbled, and a shot directly clean past the defender.
I think that should wake him up for the last 2 minutes and 27 seconds of the remaining game here. Get one game at least. That is some gameplay from Tadpole. Sorry, Jesus, he's finally waking up.
The ball taken immediately into the orange side of the pitch. Sent a little further back down there. Not ideal for the Welsh squad. They have to play catch up now, as it's a bit of a melee. People trying to get control of this ball, control of this angle. Breezy gets to it just in time to cancel out the aggression from the Dutch team. Now Oli back in control. These Netherlands players are like sharks circling. They will not let this team get a breath in between these attacks, and Tadpole finally able to get one off the board for just a moment. Not that it matters though, because while his back is turned, Yoru's has snuck one in.
As you said, they're just rapid. They're just like sharks. They don't let anything let them slide. They just do not let slide anything. I've even forgotten my English. I think I couldn't let that slide there as well. Jesus. As Jorius equalizes in the last 2 minutes of game 3 here, ladies and gentlemen. Almost looking for a brace here. Not the angle that he wanted, but now Cream's going for a shot stopper here. For a center opportunity as well, but I think Oli has the control in that, and that he does. Even by Tadpole's 50. Being unsuccessful, but now Tadpole moving it onto the left-hand side. Yeah, Jorius and Oli. Oh, I mean, Oli's already in the Wales corner. He's just waiting, like, for the prey. It's just waiting for an attack to happen. And he can trust his teammate 1000% there, especially Jorius. Wow, almost another goal there from Jorius as well. Trying to score, get his brace in. 1 minute 15 to go. Definitely still dangerous from Oli's attack. Great defense shown from Wales so far, though, I must admit.
Good opportunity, yeah, and you're absolutely right. The defense from Wales in this game so far has been stunning. Ignore the 1 slash on their scoreline, because that is 1 goal out of the 20-odd that the Netherlands have been able to attempt so far in this game. The ball rises into the skies. Tadpole's there to meet it. Meteor's down. It's a little wide for the Welsh players' imaginations. Creams tries to challenge Oli here. Instead, it gets past, then over to Breezy, up into the sky yet again. Tadpole gets a touch onto it. Oh. It's a beautiful shot, but it's a better defense. But it's Breezy back again with the double tap on the rebound to put it in for 2 for Wales.
Oh my word, the goal scorer. You know what team you represent in the English Premier League, as you can see by the banner there. Implement that tactic into the final 27 seconds of this game, and we've got a game in our hand here.
And it's all to play for now. Wales need to keep up that defense and maintain their offensive pressure. Creams had a great through there onto the goal, but can't quite execute. 19 seconds is all Wales has to play keep away for. But this is one team that is going to be a struggle to keep out of the goal line. Just Us gives it a Wally, and it's going to be Oli to get the ball in. Just 5 seconds short of overtime.
Oh my word, they just do not stop, do they? Nothing more to say other than that. Even the stunning Welsh defense has been absolutely fantastic this game, as we saw there. They just do not let any momentum escape from them underneath. It's just absolute madness here. I mean, we have to look out for that as well. The last 4 seconds, 1 second remaining, and they've captured that in such a moment. Oli does not stop. He does not wait. He just goes for it. And that he does. Unfortunate to see from the last second there. And you can see Breezy is visibly stunned from the play. The ball's here. And they're just going to let it fall. The Netherlands, who twice now looked this close to dropping even a single game against the boys in orange, just were not able to hold on to that lead, that advantage for long enough. Wales, they don't have an ending to their journey yet, though. They will be able to make their attempt through the losers bracket, but it is going to be a hard-fought trek through the marshes of the rest of this event from here. Definitely the trenches we're talking about here. I mean, you saw the game, you saw what happened, you saw their attacking prowess, as I said multiple times already. It was just something else, especially that, like, you know, they don't let any moment slide in. They're just like absolute robots kicking in, just playing like Bayern or PSG as it were from football. It's just do not let anything let them slide like beside them.
It's a rough one for sure. They'll be going up against the loser of, I believe, Italy, Belarus, if I'm reading the bracket correctly. But until then, we'll take a short break while we let the team grab a breath, maybe grab a snack, cool off. Make sure to grab some water at home as well, folks. It is a scorcher today. While you get hydrated, we'll be right back with the game. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, and everything in between, to the FIFAe World Cup. We, unfortunately, and by we, I mean us over here on the Esports Wales desk, have dropped down now to the lower finals, or the lower bracket, or the losers bracket, if you want to be so explicit in it, where we are facing Belarus.
Pril Kapelka is the wonder kid for tonight on the blue side, on the Belarus side after they've lost. I believe it was 3-1 and 3-0 to Italy. Well, Cooksia's GHD team, who compete in RLCS qualifiers, and Tadpole not even letting me finish with my little statement there. Already going through with the first goal in 24 seconds. That's the Tadpole that we have missed oh so dearly.
That's exactly what we needed to see from him last game, but at the very least, he is seemingly back in action now, as long as that can hold itself out. Zesty on his way in. The rest of his teammates are around. They've just now off the back of losing to Italy, one of the favorites to win the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see how they'll take on our boys in orange now, as these Dragons try and take to the sky once again.
The SEA Dragon captain himself, Tadpole, has answered for it actually already, as they keep to be controlling the ball ever so slightly over Belarus in the first minutes of first game. Tadpole now moving through with Kisti on the left-hand side corner, trying to pick up a centre, and that he does. The commentator curse gods have answered, unfortunately, to my statement there, to my casting, to make Belarus equalise to 1-1.
And it's just not what you want to see after such a controlling start from the Welsh team. Tadpole's not going to be happy with that. A double elimination there. Oh, wow. Double explosion will take two players off the field momentarily. Breezy knocks away another attempt at his own goal. He's been doing it for the last two series, and he's been doing it well.
Apologies for the ambulance there. I think that's coming in for Belarus here, but not by this attack. I think I can deduce that. Exeti now moving on to Parapelka. Apologies. That was a bit of a mouthful to say in terms of a username I've ever seen. But now Tadpole's attack being counteracted by Zeti. The Belarus side once again, they're moving on swiftly onwards. They've definitely amped up their speed. I mean Belarus, obviously. But I think Wales will still prevail. We shall see with this Creams a double tap opportunity. Not even maybe a double tap, just straight in. That's what we would like to see. Just nice, easy, long shot, straight in. No fuss, no muss.
Sailed through the air, almost as if gifted by a cloud itself. It's a beautiful goal, it's a beautiful line. And now we really need to see Wales hold on to this. They had an iron wall of defense in the last game against the Netherlands. Just gone. Breezy in the sky. It could have been catastrophic for the Belarusian team, but they are able to knock it out of their goal just off the top of that line. 2.5 minutes left.
Just off the top indeed. That was almost a very good air dribble coming in from Breezy. I mean, that was Cream, sorry. Jesus. That was a Kisti moving on to Parapelka. Butchering his name, apologies. But it does not seem so yet. The first half of the game already finished. 2-1 showing from Wales. Already in the lead here, but a bit of a ping-pong battle going on the last 30 as well. But Wales are generally on the possession side of the game yet, and that is a great defense from Breezy once again. The defense gods have definitely answered his prayers.
It certainly is a good competition, though. Kirsty showed off their juggling and dribbling ability in that offensive, and it's certainly not one to be taken lightly. Wales cannot relax, even though they're 1 point ahead. They surely want a bit more of a buffer in this game to separate them from Belarus.
Oh,
Prilka tries to come on in, but it's a beautiful opportunity. Mazzetti is right there waiting for it. Propelka back to him. It's a little bit high. A second attacker jumped off the top. A third tries to roll it in, but it's just wide. And Wales narrowly escape a second concession.
Oh my word, that was some defense there. Now Tadpole tried to attack through it, and that screams registered shot, even with the Tadpole attack moving in. My word, Wales do definitely have control now in the lower bracket against Belarus after showing their prowess in the Netherlands game. But Netherlands was a bit too much for them, but oh wow, they're definitely showing their powers now.
Well, what a moment, and what a honestly missed opportunity there from the Belarusian squad. They had 3 opportunities. Certainly the first one was difficult, but 2 and 3 were honestly attainable. Wales dodged a bullet in that moment, and now Tadpole taking it to the sky once again, trying to put a bit more pressure on the Belarusian squad. 1 minute left in this game, and game 1 looks very comfortably in the hands of our Dragons. 2 goals in a minute is certainly not impossible, and Belarus have shown that they've definitely got some chops on them.
Yeah, but I think still Wales does have the definite upper hand in this, like a 55-45 split if I have to put it numerically. But Zeti now moving across. That is another great defense prowess from Breezy again. Now on to Creams as he's moving into the center. Tadpole almost answers for it in the air. That's a bit of a make a control. Interesting control, rather, of the cars. Less than 30 seconds remain for the first game. It's a 3-1 for Wales so far. It's definitely going to be a good one to show for the first game here. There's a crossbar answers our prayers as well. Cream's now answering for it from the right-hand side of the field. Almost going into the goal center opportunity now for Tadpole to control in the air after a Pelka demo onto Breezy, and to Breezy once again. The demos do not stop, but I think the goals do not stop either, as I don't think Belarus has a chance to equalize in the last dying seconds, and they don't, as Wales takes the first game effortlessly.
It's, well, I mean, I'm going to disagree with you there. Effortlessly, I wouldn't say so. They certainly had to expend some energy to keep the ball out of their own net, but they were, of course, successful in claiming this one. Wales that looks maybe a little bit more confident than they did in game 1 of their last series, bringing that second and third game energy back into the first one of this set against Belarus, who, you know, they had a tough time against Italy. They were able to pick up just 1 goal, I believe, in that. So it's, you know, they've done okay, Belarus. They've been able to come off the back against the favorite. Now, they're winding up against a team that a lot of people maybe sleep on. Wales, a small powerhouse here in the northern side of the world.
Absolutely. Well, I must disagree with myself as well. I said effortlessly, it was rolling off the tongue beautifully, but that does not get the game or represent the game that we just had. But hopefully this shall be effortlessly as we roll on to the second game already. Tadpole's attack 50, great prowess from him as well. Again, another clear coming in from Breezy. Now onto Tadpole again, the angle. Just definitely there. So much more confident compared to Netherlands in the upper bracket. The game we just had onto the hands of Zeti now. Great 50 once again from Breezy. Maybe the double tap of Dreams off from the crossbar. Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet, indeed. Instead, ball tumbling back over towards Wales' side. 30 seconds gone, and Creams is in the skies. Able to beat a defender, but it's going to be Kirsty on the side with a quick swipe away. Back in possession now of the Belarusian team before taken away. It's a bit of an opportunity. Up into the sky goes Pepper, passing it over to Creams. It's a good shot, but it's a little wide.
It's a bit wide, but definitely one to be thought of. Most reactive shot I think I've ever seen on this channel so far. It was bound to be a great one if it was a bit to the right there. Now Belarus making their attack being known. Fortunately for us, come to a short stop as Pelka now trying to advance through and clear it off. Bit of a ping-pong battle once again. No goal as of yet in game 2, or am I cursing the game? Not yet, not yet. But just you wait. Wow,
bit of a brawl over here on the left-hand side. It doesn't look like the Belarusian players know who wants to take the ball now. Creams has an opportunity in, gets it denied by Kirsty. Breezy comes in with a secondary attempt, but batted away yet again. Now Tadpole on the right-hand side. Gonna make something happen, but the energy just isn't there. They have to back off and defend this next attack from Palapelka. Kirsty now up into the sky. The Belarusians once again under some pressure as the ball is knocked back and forth. Either one of these teams needs to find something here with just under 3 minutes left standing.
Ooh, that was almost a great shot once again, and Kirsty, oh sorry, not Kirsty, Zeti not being there just enough for to get the angle, and Tadpole registers, Creams, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? Creams registers the first goal for Wales after a back and forth with the attack going through.
And it's a great way to, well, begin the game is a bit of a stretch now too. Nearly half the time gone. It might be answered back straight away, but Belarus just can't quite get it down. Needs to level itself down on the y-axis a bit more, but not quite able to find the space for it, though. Kirsty, it's a good shot wide. Parapelka has a redirect, but Breezy just about makes it back to the net in time to clear that ball away. Now Belarus, they're going to be starting to panic a little bit now. Just 2 minutes left on the board. Losing this game here will put them at match point, and not only put them in a worse spot, but threaten elimination from the tournament as a whole.
Definitely one to look out for the Belarusian side. They are definitely putting all of their eggs in the winning basket, or trying to, but the Wales defense is definitely going to be one to stop. And one to stop that is Zetti now moving across Breezy. Cream's having to put a stop to it, and that he does with a great 50 now off from the right-hand side corner. Almost a double tap opportunity coming in from the right-hand side as well. Again, now onto the hands of or the tires, I shall say, of Tadpole once almost, but definitely going to be another dangerous one. I can't even keep up with the game here with my words. Just moving so fast. Now Creams without boost, no problem. Unfortunately, not part of the program just yet, as Tadpole greatly clears it away. Now on to Breezy from the left-hand side, looking for a center opportunity for his teammates with no boost, no problem himself. But Pelka, last second stand in the defenses. There's 1 minute 15 remaining in the second game with the Wales lead, and Zetti somehow tries to score it, but saves it in the end. That was a bit of a weird showing from him. I don't think he meant that, but yeah.
Up into the sky, Zetti tries to find a little bit more space. Only a minute left, and it is Wales leading by 1 so far. Creams in the sky takes down Parapelka as the time starts slipping away from them. The Belarusians need to do something to prevent themselves on elimination points, and just time ticking through their hands as they need to mount a full offensive here. Kirsty able to take it a little bit further down the road. Not quite able to translate anything just yet. The Belarusians passing it up. Very aerial ball, very aerial side play, but nothing really translating. In fact, it bounced a little too hard off the backboard, and it's gone completely the other direction.
a lot of stuff happening. That's a great, almost a psycho pass onto his teammate from, I believe it was Zetti. But I think this one goal has to be enough for the Welsh side, unless we look out for this last second push. They're being 50'd off gratefully. The orange side, the Welsh side, take it to match point.
And that's exactly what we needed to see from this roster. We know that they have the capability, and yes, Belarus is not a team at the same level as the Netherlands, but it is still a great start. And, you know, sometimes maybe that's all you need, and for a team that is so energy and momentum dependent as Wales, it might be incredibly important for them here in the losers bracket to start ramping up that momentum against teams that are falling down, that are maybe a little bit more immediately defeatable before heading up towards some of those bigger powerhouses. But let's not count out Belarus just yet. This is still a winnable position for them. They will have to win the next 3 games back-to-back. Wales certainly seem intent on letting that not happen. I have to see if they're able to maintain this lead and keep Belarus shut out.
We shall see. We shall see. Again, match point for Wales as we are going off with the game immensely. Starting off with a breezy centre almost. I think that's a centre though. Tadpole's shot being carried away by Zetti from the Belarus side. And getting the demo onto Pelka as well. Very fast attack coming in from Wales. And now Zetti trying to counteract it. Comes to a stop coming in from the Creams, I believe, 50. Now Tadpole trying to make ends meet with it. Creams takes the cake once again, even with getting bumped in the process from the left-hand side corner. It's just going to be an empty one for Tadpole to score the first one once again in the first 30 seconds in the match point for the Welsh side. It's an all-out attack. No one in goal to defend for the Belarus side except an unboosted Kirsty. What a way to take the first goal again.
And this is what we were expecting to see from what might be Wales' star player, though this entire roster certainly has their awards. Creams now taking it down the field very quickly. Might be able to set it up for Tadpole, who's just got busy taking Kirsty off the board for a moment. Breezy picks the ball back up after a bit of an attempted counter-offensive there, but Parapelka not quite able to maintain control of it. Kirsty bumped off And it's a 50-50 in the sky that Breezy will win. Creams sends it back away, and it's just off the top right corner. Not quite able to translate into a second goal, but Creams is sure going to try again.
And that he tried again there. Tadpole now almost moving it across. Breezy up to the thick of it now with the double tap opportunity, not the angle that you want as well. Creams now trying to make that second attack worthwhile, trying to make it score a ground pinch, but Zeti is just there to cover all grounds. Again, the experienced player now, Tadpole, moving across the edge dribble, the flip reset from the top left side corner, but Kirsty gets it away really nicely for his Belarusian side. Creams now with the shot stopper again, taking it to the opposition from the attacking fields. Great defense from Tadpole again. See a lot of dead and back defense attack as the captain from Tadpole. Great to see from the experienced player.
Bit of a melee in that top right-hand corner for the moment. Creams sees the ball, gets centered, knows his teammates got it. Takes Zeti off the board for his troubles. It's a quick set pass and straight into the net. Tadpole clear of the halfway mark of the field just before he made it even. So basically from downtown, able to land it square in the net. Now 2 points leading for Wales as they look to close out this series quickly and give themselves plenty of breathing room before they go ahead and face the loser of the first quarterfinal round.
Wow, that was such a great, just easy, nice, calm and controlled strategy from Breezy and Tadpole to make it to there. Going on for the hat trick, I can definitely see it from my SCA Dragons on LCS days. I've definitely seen my fair share of hat tricks and double hat tricks from the captain Tadpole. I have to see it through now. No one in goal for defense immediate, but Pelka sees through it first. No boost in the air dribble left for him as Zeti takes it aside on the right-hand side corner. Breezy again with a great defense, great first defense line. Now with a counter-attack from the Welsh side, being also controlled by Kirsty again, which definitely does seem the defense player, or the third man rather, for the Belarusian side as of yet. But there's less than now almost 2 minutes remaining for match point, and it is, as things stand, the Wales do go into the losers bracket quarterfinals. But with a Zeti goal like that, they have to look out for it. I was expecting the curse to appear somewhere around here as soon as I said 2-0 lead from the Welsh side. Cream's almost getting for it, but the corner just absolutely abides by him, doesn't abide by him rather, as it is a 2-1 still for Wales. 2 minutes remain.
And off the kickoff line, Belarus is back into it. They sure are looking to create a bit more space for themselves. 2 minutes left, and they are still 1 goal behind. They've got some more work to do before they can take this potentially through to a game 4. Kirsty looks like they might have an opportunity, but Creams is right there with him. A retaliation now off the back from Parapelka. Not going to be successful, a little too high. It seems Belarus has a bit of an issue with altitude. They haven't quite been able to dial it down for this match so far.
Wow, Creams now attacking through. As you said, the altitude problem for Belarus has definitely been the difference making in this particular game. But now, I think the altitude problem has been trying to be coincided by Kirsty, and now up to Zeti with the air dribble, getting 50'd immensely by Creams. That was some 50. Very powerful one at that. Now Breezy trying to center for it, almost shooting it as well. But Pelka now gets their way. Less than a minute remains. Going to be a bit of a dangerous one for the Welsh side as Tadpole gets demoed in the process. And that is going to be an equaliser for said Belarus side as they take it 2-2 into the final minute for game 3.
And that is fundamentally important for them. If they have any hope of making their way back from match point, it's going to be off the back of something like this. Parapelka nearly gets it off the start line. But no, Breezy is there just in time to see it through. And now the Welsh squad has just 40 seconds left to try and close this one out before they're forced into overtime. The Belarusian squad just holding in, just with more hope, and not quite able to translate this time.
I don't know what Belarus just took in the last 45 seconds, but it was definitely something as those attacks keep coming and coming, just as it did in the Netherlands game. And this shot from Parapelka being saved by Breezy with no boost again. But Pelka comes to the rescue for Belarus, and they take it for game 3 making it from 2-0 down to 3-2 in the span of less than a minute, as Wales' defense keeps crumbling down as they have to look out for this one. We go on to the 6th kickoff. 15 seconds remaining. Hopefully they can take it to overtime or more in this particular one, as Creams goes out for it. The crossbar has unfortunately not answered their prayers, as Zeti is looking out for the another shot as Kisty tries to psycho it, but now Breezy from the half-field line is going to be unfortunately on the ground. Yes, it is, as Belarus takes that game in very high fashion over the last minute, and that is definitely the one thing to look out for the Welsh side. Our defense is really, really strong, don't get me wrong, but we need to look out for that momentum, and as soon as we lose that momentum, it's going to be GG's for the Welsh side, as we just saw there.
Absolutely. Belarus came alive in that last 2 minutes or so of game number 3 to keep themselves in the tournament. They are still dangling off the precipice, Frills. There is still a lot of energy behind them. They still have that force right up against their backs, knowing that if they make just one more mistake in this tournament, they will not be moving on and they will be knocked out all the way down here, the first round of the losers bracket. Wales, on the other hand, they have a little bit more space, but they certainly don't want to be playing with fire. They need to close this out here or risk match point themselves.
That they do, but obviously the 2 games at the beginning with the Tadpole early finish off from game 2 definitely helped the momentum carry that long, but obviously Belarus, they've showed their prowess as well. I really like the word prowess today. I don't know about you guys, but it's just definitely the best word to explain everything that is going on inside my head to present it to you guys. But it's just the Welsh side, when they lose momentum, as I said earlier, it's just all crumbling down, which is obviously not what we like to see. And so hopefully that all changes in game 4 here. Still match point for Wales, but Kisty now moving through the first 5 seconds, and shot stopped by Breezy. Now Breams with a great clear. Hopefully Tadpole can take advantage of that. Great 50 from him. Now from Pelka onto Breezy. The ceiling touched almost the ground pinch, but Zeti saw that immediately and tries to put a stop to it, and that he did. Demo's now coming in. The one kryptonite of Wales today, as we saw the demolitions from Netherlands, and now Belarus has been the deciding factor for both games.
And it's back now to Wales. They're trying for an offense. It's an optimistic shot there. Parapelka's going to stop it in its tracks regardless. And another high shot there from Tadpole. Answered back. Breezy sets it back in front of the net. A demolition. Kisty not able to defend, but Tadpole not quite able to get into the right position in time. Now taken away. Zeti forces the ball back into Welsh airspace as the 3 combine and look to put the screws back over towards Belarus. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left. There's a lot of work to do.
There is indeed a lot of work to do, as Wales just cannot seem to get that one attack that they desperately need at the moment to get in control of the game. And Belarus is just flying right through as things stand here. Pelka now trying to move it across to the Welsh goal, and even after the demo from to Breezy rather. It's going to be a bit of a weird showing in the Welsh score there, ladies and gentlemen, but now Breezy getting a clear, nice and easy. Onto Tadpole now after the demo from Creams onto Zeti, just a bit off to the left-hand side there, Tad. Unfortunate, but these attacks, hopefully they show their control, as I lose control of my speech, as Belarus takes the lead with 3 minutes to remain, still time, but that is just an interesting pinch, let's say, to make Belarus go into the lead, and hopefully Wales learn from their mistakes and to get the control and the possession that they desperately want here.
And it's going to be an uphill battle for Wales now, who looked so strong in the first 3 games, just falling short in game 3, and now look like they are a bit sluggish. Maybe the energy out of their sails a little bit. Zeti curls it through the air and lands a second one for Belarus, who have just come alive in this game and in game number 3, right towards the end there, to keep their dreams alive. They want to shut this window of opportunity for Wales now. But with plenty of games still left to go, there's still plenty of opportunities for this squad to make up this deficit. Creams certainly trying into the air. It's going to be Breezy looking to set up for his team. Tadpole's in the right place, but Kisti able to knock it away. No one in the right position for that. Zeti curls the ball in, tries to find an opportunity for himself as well. But it's Europe. And by Europe, I mean the United Kingdom with another offensive attack before Belarus is able to shut it down once again.
Definitely back and forth. This time, definitely a strong one, as Wales seems to be completely crumbled under the pressure that Belarus have created at the last minute of last game and the first 2 minutes and 30 seconds of this game, by the looks of it as well, as they cling on to a 2-0 lead. And Wales are, by the looks of it, in complete shambles as they need to get their act together. And I'm saying this because I know they can. We've seen it so many times. But Belarus, all out attack and all out RS from them. But Breezy takes one back as soon as I say it, as soon as I compliment the opponents. That's the curse that we wanted to see for Wales and for Belarus this time. That is a great attack and a great shot from Breezy with an unboosted Kisti on goal for Belarus. Still time, ladies and gentlemen, 1 minute 42.
And there's plenty of opportunities. You know, we talk about how many goals can be scored in 1 minute now. What can this squad do with 2? A little bit of momentum behind them now might be all that they need to get this back on track. Wales just 1 goal. The junior of the Belarusian squad. That might change, but it's a little bit wide. Tadpole able to knock that one away. Kirsty tries for one more, but Breezy's in the right place. And Tadpole back in the goal will be able to, optimistically knock this one back out. But no, instead, the Belarusian squad are intent on keeping this ball in Welsh territory.
Wow.
It's a little knock up. It's a little too wide, and Breezy's able to get around it and force Seti into a bad spot before Tadpole takes control back of the ball.
Less than a minute remains now. Again, all hands on deck. They don't want to be in this position. No one does, but Wales keep finding themselves in this crumbling position where they have to score. And from that one shot, great defense by Creams, but the second shot coming in, great defense by Tadpole, and go again. They are definitely showing their powers. It's all about the attack here, as they again desperately need a goal. Kisti and Pelka now moving through from the right-hand side corner, a bit too high from the crossbar into the backboard, actually, from that one particular shot. As less than 30 remain, and we have to look out for that one shot again from the top left position. It hits the post. Zeti's got a shot once again on an unboosted. Tadpole gets away. It's not all about defense here. The shot going in from Kisti might be all about the defense, as it looks like Belarus take it to absolute ultimate match point as they cling on from 2-0 overall behind to 2-2 by the looks of it, unless Wales, as people say, lock in for the last 17, but we shall see.
Going to take a miracle right now. Going to need, well, that offensive right there from Creams needed to be the be-all and end-all.
Yes,
it's not going to work out for them. Now Wales face elimination. Just 1 game either side. 2 for Wales, 2 for Belarus. 1 more to decide who will stay and who will be knocked out of the tournament as a whole. As a reminder, folks, there are no more chances now for either one of these 2 squads now in the losers bracket. Just 1 more loss will eliminate them from the FIFAe World Cup in general. Let's hope that Wales can find their footing again. They looked so confident, they looked so strong in front of Belarus just a moment ago. Even in front of Netherlands, they looked to hold their own. But Belarus, like a wild animal knocked into a corner, are fighting like hell.
Yeah, Belarus just locked in the last game and in the last minute of that game 4 as well. And I don't want to point fingers here, but I think you said if Belarus takes it to 2-2, we could see a 3-game back from 2-0. I'm just saying the curse gods, the commentator curse gods, they do not, you know, what's it called? Oh god, I almost destroyed my entire setup. Massive apologies. Even destroyed my speech there. But as I said again, Belarus, you know, they've seemed so powerful in that final third, in the final game as well. It's just all hands on deck, as I said, in the lower brackets now. It's not even the upper brackets. They have no more chances for either side, and either side has to show their 110% performance there.
It's going to come down to which of these 2 teams can hold their own and hold on to that mental. Wales historically have been a very momentum-led team, and now that they are 2 in a row down, going to be difficult maybe for them to get themselves back into this one. But it's still all to play for, Pril. We've seen these teams, both of them, to be fair, come back from historic dispositions. Belarus just 2 games ago, showcasing that. Tadpole needs to maybe find his old form the first 2 games, first 3 games even. A goal in the first 30 seconds. Kisti tries to replicate it on the other side. Unsuccessfully this time.
Unsuccessfully. Let's hope that the unsuccessful streak continues. As Belarus, they just do not stop it. From this clear, though, I think an unboosted Kisti has to be the end of it. Well, from this push on from Tadpole, he likes his early goals. He needs to get that one in through. Unfortunately, the Belarus is side is just too strong, both attacking and defense inside. Again, Cream's great 50 after that dribble. But Wales just needs to get that 90% control of the game. That's how they can score goals. That's how they can maneuver throughout the game. That is going to be an easy defense for Tadpole, and that he is. Almost gets to above Zeti as well. But now onto Creams onto the left-hand side. Tadpole waiting for the center opportunity onto Breezy as he controls it through, tries to fake it across. Kisti comes to the rescue for Belarus. Now Tadpole putting it up broad and up, but Pelka comes to the rescue for Belarus once again. We started the ping-pong battle back and forth again here, ladies and gentlemen, but now Creams with a long shot opportunity. Kisti, what are you doing for Belarus?
Kisti. Kisti has been anywhere and everywhere. If it's an attack, it's Kisti. If it's a defense, it's Kisti. Truly the world on their shoulders in this final game between these 2 squads, as the continuous attacks from Wales are not making it easy for the Belarusians. Up into the sky, though, Zeti has an opportunity, maybe tries to set it up for one of his teammates, but instead Creams will meet it in the sky. Kisti takes it away from him, but it's going to be Pelka to set it in the middle, but no one quite ready for the ball to be in that spot. Taken away now yet again by the Welsh team. Zeti clears it back, and Tadpole picks it up.
Tadpole shall pick it up and hopefully maneuver around this team, but yeah, they put a stop to it from you guess who. It's Kisti again from the Belarus side. Now Pelka, they're being Breezy to stop that attack. And it's Kisti once again. As you said, he's just everywhere in this particular game here, ladies and gentlemen. We have yet to see a goal in this game as well, as we move on to the finishing of the first half, first 2 minutes and 30 seconds. But anything can change, as we love to say on this channel. This is Rocket League, as Pelka controls the ball into the Tadpole's hands now. Kisti trying to put a stop to it. And reasonable 50 coming in from Tadpole. A good demo from Zeti to Creams as well. As Kisti, you know what, again, tries to move it through from the right-hand side corner. Pelka trying to center it for Zeti with a double commit defense from Wales. It's showing they control the game a lot here, ladies and gentlemen. The Tadpole as well, showing his defensive maneuvers and contributions to the team. Just a back and forth again here. Final 2 minutes. Oh, wow.
And it's back in control of the Welsh squad for now. Creams centers it up nicely, but it is taken away straight away. Say that name one more time. It's Kisti all the way at the front, trying to make something happen for Belarus. They certainly need it. 1 minute and 40 seconds left, and 2 demolitions back-to-back leaves Tadpole by himself for a few seconds. Luckily, he had the ball at the time, had the offensive pressure to keep those demos irrelevant for the most part. A good censoring, but yet again, no one's here to follow up. What happened to the Welsh team that was so well coordinated just 2 games ago?
They've definitely just made it too comfortable for themselves, as this shot almost answered our prayers here. Tadpole tries to center it for Breezy. The ground shot into the top bottom right corner. Finally, they've regained control and taken the lead in the last 1 minute 13. But do not take your eyes off the stream just yet here, ladies and gentlemen, as we saw what happened, and we know what happened in Game 4 for Belarus in the final minutes. So we have to look out for it, treat it as a 0-0, because this is basically what it is, coming on from the Belarus attack. As we talk about here, Kisti again, Breezy putting a stop to it very nicely. Hopefully this last minute shall be in Wales' hands in terms of the possession, and hopefully we shall move on to the lower bracket quarterfinals. But we shall see, as this is Rocket League. We love to say it, we love to see it.
And it's back. It's back to this melee, if you will. It's a scrappy finish here. Just 45 seconds, and Wales has fallen down here before just a few games ago against the Netherlands. They need to hold on to this space, and they need to steal up that defense for just half a minute more. Surely they can do it to keep themselves in the tournament, keep the dream alive, and shut Belarus out of the FIFAe World Cup. 20 seconds left on the clock, and Tadpole takes control of the ball yet again up into the sky. Say it again, it's Kirsty to touch it and move it back into the Welsh quarter of the map. It's back over now to Wales, who sky it up off onto the top box, and it's just a rolling amount of offenses. There's not enough space for Belarus to get much on the ball, but they're flying through. It's taken away, and Parapelka's able to knock it up for just one more offensive before it touches the ground. Never mind, Kirsty gets a bonnet to it, and it stays up for just a few moments longer before Breezy finally touches it down.
Yeah, that was a very stressful one to see, to say the very least, in that final 30 seconds, as Belarus just did not give up. They did not give up. Massive commiserations to the massive GGs to them. I reckon they've definitely put up a fight and a half, in my opinion. But Wales still prevail after that game 5. 3-2 overall to Belarus as we advance to the lower bracket, or the losers bracket, if you will, quarterfinals.
They've done a fantastic job, and while it was a little bit rough around the edges here, Pril, it is the makings of a squad that has some juice to them. I think Wales, they certainly need to take this hydration break and calm down a little bit before they go on to face Czechia, an old opponent. We just fought them yesterday and walked away 1-1 in the group stages. They need to showcase what that game, what that set would have looked like if it was more than just those 2 games. Czechia are a worthy opponent, and we really struggled against their high offensive demolition style of gameplays. We'll have to see whether or not Wales can hold their heads on high and make it through the onslaught. But for now, Pril, a hydration break may be needed for us as well. So stay right where you are, folks, and get comfortable, because Wales seem intent on making a run. After a rough start to the day, Wales now move on to the second round of the losers bracket after taking down Belarus in round number 1 by a hair, moving on 5 games to 2 and then 1 more for Wales. Now moving into their second game here against Czechia, a familiar foe that they fought yesterday.
Definitely so, as we saw them in the groups, and also in the groups, I think, or in the knockouts in week 1, as far as I remember. I was casting that game as well, but a great start from Wales so far. The Tadpole early goal almost struck into the Czech goal, but not just yet, as we have our usual roster here, obviously. But Sadu and I believe Syrax and the other person, I can't say, Apa rather, on the Czech side, on the blue side, we're on the orange side again here, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully the streak continues here on this channel. Minute already being played, not a lot to show except a few demos from both sides here, as Apa tries to do a slow start to the attack, being intercepted by Tadpole and Creams now again, as Sadu is moving upwards into the goal. Tadpole from the backboard, that's the location that he loves best in the field. But definitely a great start from both teams.
They sure are showing themselves pretty well so far, our Wales, and already we're seeing a lot of that familiar play from the Czechian team. I'm stuck in last game. This one crawled over the line by Syrax there. A final little tap to get it in, but that's a rough way to start the game for Wales. What I was trying to say is that the Czech team showcasing a little bit more of that aggressive demolition heavy play style we saw from them yesterday. Wales need to be better at adapting, and Tadpole straight away with an answer to the first goal.
Well, we missed seeing that, just straight an answer to make it equalise in about 5 seconds of gameplay. I presume that is a great angle from Tadpole, not something that you see often in this level of gameplay, the great angles from the sides of the car. But definitely want to make a 1-1 showing in the first 1 minute 30. It is looking a bit dangerous for Czech just yet as well. From Breezy, the demo has not been the answer for that Czech side, as Tadpole tries to continue the attack forward, as it ends in the ties of Sadu as he moves forward with an air dribble of himself. But Breezy, I believe, put a really good stop to that. Again, the ping pong has struck back in terms of gameplay from both sides here. Breezy now moving across the Creams. This could be the one shot of centuries here. Sadu does not reach it. The crossbar has helped us take the lead to 2-1 with such a great shot from Creams.
After so many attempts at hitting that crossbar and seeing it go up instead of down this time around, Creams sure is getting that tuned up and tuned in. The warm-up surely working out for Wales now, as we get a sky ball right at the top here. Breezy comes in to juggle it, taken away from him by Sedu at the top. Breezy taking Syrax down. A nice demolition play. Syrax actually a bit of a change from their squad from yesterday. The Czechia squad, that is, did not bring him over this time around. Seeing how that's going to change their dynamic and how well they can play against this team.
We're so scrappy at this rate. It is about to be scrappy, rather, as we are in the lower bracket. Apologies. So everything's out to play, and as soon as you make some mistakes, as soon as you lose that conscientious play, you are eliminated from the entire tournament. So, as I say again, all hands on deck for every team that is involved in this particular side of the bracket. But I think Wales, if they control the game again, they were going to definitely control it airtight, and they're not going to let anything slide, as we saw from the shot here, trying to make a centre from Creams onto Breezy, from Tadpole to Breezy. But the 1-2-3 has not worked so far in that particular attack. We see the Wales final third being challenged and contested once again. Breezy's attack being put a stop to. Sadu, great shot from him, might I add, but Tadpole's defense now showing as well.
It's back in the air. Both of these teams really have to try and make something happen. Tadpole able to stop that in its tracks. I say both of these teams need to make something happen. At this point, Wales just need to play out the clock. 1:30 left on the sky, but, you know, we don't believe in prevent defense here. It's just playing to not lose. But Wales are here to win, and nothing showcases that better than Breezy with a cheeky tap on the left-hand side of his bonnet directly into the goal.
That is the power shot that I love to do myself, and just seeing that in this level of gameplay is just oh so something else. I don't know about you guys, but that is one hell of an answer to take the lead comfortably into the final 1 minute 23. But this is not the answer, this is not the situation rather that we should be looking for to, you know, bounce back and chill and relax. Absolutely not. We need to keep control of that ball, and because that is our strongest ever technique that we've possessed so far in today's games we saw earlier.
Absolutely, and Tadpole here, clinging onto this wall, showcasing himself. Sirix passes it up forward to Iper, changes it over to Sadu, who's kind of playing runaround with this ball, and ping-ponging back and forth between both sides of those walls. It's a bit of a meteor.
Wow.
Breezy manages to get in front of it. Redirect its course. Still threats on goal, though. Sirix in the sky, looking to find more. It's back over, and Tadpole finally gets away with it, but Iper steals it back.
Great steal from Iper himself, but 30 seconds remain. I don't think the Czech side, touch wood, is not going to do anything else in these last dying moments for game one. But it is game one after all. I need to repeat myself here. It is game one. It is Rocket League. Anything can happen, and has happened literally in the Belarus game, as my mind is still on that game as well. I don't know about you, Blazy, but it was some showing from both sides there. But we fortunately took the game 5. But it looks like we're taking game 1 here as well, very comfortably. Not very comfortably, but compared to Belarus again, decidedly comfortably. As we are maybe looking out for the 4th one here. Last second, still up in the air. Definitely confirmed for Wales win for the first game here. Just trying to end it, and that we do. Great showing from Wales.
Yeah, I think this did look very comfortable for Wales. I think Tadpole and Creams really had them running around trying to figure out what they want to do. It seems interesting. This squad from Czechia yesterday, they were so intent on these high aggressive demolition heavy plays, really heavy disruption, trying to get these players out. And I don't know if it's maybe a bit of a pivot in play style, or if Wales are a little bit wiser to it now and are just less abusable in that position. You know, maybe a bit better at hiding themselves, maneuvering themselves, a bit better spatial awareness. But this time around, certainly Czechia looking to take the worst of this trade.
that definitely are. I think the Welsh squad definitely took a nice breath of fresh air from themselves, looked themselves in the mirror and realised what they were exactly doing wrong. And we saw that very, as I said, I think I have to retract on my statement there. Very, very comfortable first game from Wales. Let's see how that fares well for the second game as we go on with the first kickoff. Creams and Iper going neck to neck here, but onto Sirax's tyres now onto the right-hand side corner. Creams failing to put a stop to it. Tadpole to the rescue, but now Creams once again with a flip reset onto the goal. Almost about Iper, the third man for Czechia, I believe, has definitely put a stop to it. Again, the early goals from Wales is definitely one to show off. The early goals from Czechia almost was not the one we wanted to see here, ladies and gentlemen, as it is going to be a contested high-octane area in the Wales or the Czechia final third. We are moving to advance here. We're going to get our shoelaces tied and hopefully into the final third forward together. As soon as I say that, obviously it equalizes, not equalizes. Czechia takes the lead. You know, I was thinking I spoke a bit too much. 5 more words. I definitely spoke too much for that to happen. As Creams unboosted, unfortunately, trying to take that into the save area, but could not. As Czechia takes the first goal, it is a 1-0 show, but there's still time. 40 seconds in.
There absolutely is. I mean, look, this is an unfortunate start to the game, but this is exactly what happened in game number 1. Wales fall down super early by 1 goal and then absolutely pack them in by the end. So it's not a situation I'm particularly worried for Wales about, though Iper has a little bit of a break. It goes a bit wide, but not about ready to let this one go. Breezy answers back with a demolition.
Great demolition from him, great shot from him as well to do easy save for him, or intermediate save for him. And now Tadpole having to create an attack of his own. Creams now having to shadow it back as Sirax puts in a stop, and Creams puts in a stop to it as well, rather. Great defense from him, taking hit from the Breezy's tyres. But now onto the left-hand side corner. Every team is now trying to make ends meet with it off from the left-hand side wall. From Tadpole, bit of an empty goal looking like it. Iper definitely took his time, should not have, if I was him. onto Creams. 3 minutes 18 seconds remain onto Breezy, and it's going to be a bit of an empty center. I think a bit of a miscommunication, you might recall. No, you might say. Sadu goes in for the bump, but now Creams onto the shot itself. Sirax, last second save from him as well. Going for the bumps, Tadpole unsuccessful in this particular part. Czechia definitely has the upper advantage in these last 30 seconds, I would say, but I think Wales should get one back swiftly, especially from this corner potentially, as Breezy goes for it. The save from Ipa. Interesting to see. Czechia not stooping down to the to their particular showing. Now Tadpole almost gets across as the first half is being finished by a 1-0 Czechia so far in game 2.
And it's back over to Wales' side of the pitch. Bit of a good clear there from Breezy to try and pass it up. Creams gets a decent touch on it. It's now back over to Breezy though. Ipa takes down and turns around on Creams. There's that demolition, explosive gameplay that we were talking about earlier. Sirix now in the sky, a good juggle taken away by Creams yet again. Stop me for the amount of times that you've heard that name be said, but truly he's been a cornerstone of this roster so far in this tournament. Breezy, it's a beautiful setup. No one's there to hit the payoff. Creams back into the air, but the net's wide open. It's a good shot from Sirix. 1, 2, the third tap will find it in for 2.
That it did. Unfortunate, as I have to say, for Wales in this particular attack, as Breezy tried everything under the sun to get that out of the goal. But unfortunately, it has not appeared just yet, as Wales, again, needs to lock in to get this game going into their hands in terms of momentum, as Czechia are 2-0 ahead.
It's back over to the blue side of the court almost immediately. And it's Creams not satisfied with the position. He remembers what happened against Belarus, and he's not willing to play that many games in a series again. Wants to make sure this one gets closed out in 3 so they can have a proper break. Now Breezy, speaking of the break, sends it straight over towards the Czechia side.
Oh my word.
A great double tap from the roof, from the Czech team. They're not able to confirm anything this time around. However, bit of a throw on goal there. Creams has an opportunity. Tadpole sets it up, and Sirix is there to take it away.
Jesus Christ, that was some attack, some counter-attack rather, from the Welsh side. Now Creams and potentially Tadpole now, or Breezy rather, trying to create some sort of attack of their own, but Czechia does not stoop down. They are absolutely high on their heels at the moment. No, maybe not as much as Netherlands or Belarus in the final 2 games we saw, but there's definitely one to look out for, as Wales do need to get that other goal to at least go into the overtime in the last minute to remain in game 2 here, ladies and gentlemen, as Ipa with a back pass to Sirax to boom it across onto Tadpole's tyres. Should be one too easy to control. Goes over Sirax again, but now onto Breezy to get over Ipa. Sadu to centre it towards, try to centre it towards Sirax, unsuccessful to do so. Sadu demos Creams as he was replenishing his boost there. And that is looking to be a dangerous one from Ipa, but Tadpole gets away effortlessly here, ladies and gentlemen. Great fake from him as well, has to get that boost across. A bit of a slow 52, slow things down for the Wales side, from the Czechia side, as Breezy and Creams now trying to work overtime here. The crossbar again, are you kidding me? The last literally 15 seconds and less in this attack to create a goal here, but it is looking oh so more difficult now, except for this Tadpole shots just almost on target. Had to aim for the pass towards, I believe it was Breezy as well, but Sirax has to put a stop to it, and it's Sadu for the last second goal to confirm the scoreline into a 3-1 win for Czechia, making it 1-1 overall.
Wales have their work cut out for them. Flip the script from game number 1, and you've got the results here. Game number 2 firmly in the way of Czechia, and this time around, it did not look comfortable. It did not look easy. It looked sluggish. It looked a bit reactive there from Wales. They need to be a bit more proactive around the map, finding these opportunities. And it felt like even that defense that we've seen be so near impenetrable, Pril, started really falling apart in this game.
Yeah, it's back to that drawing board again, I think. Back to that first step of just trying to not lose control. As soon as we lose control, it seems we just lose obviously you lose control, you lose the momentum and stuff, but when the Wales squad loses their control, it just absolutely crumbles anything that they try to create in the next 30 seconds. And the opposition obviously attracts that, tries to attract to it and create plays off from Wales losing the ball and the momentum. So it is really interesting to see in this particular one, but I think the Welsh squad does have the capabilities to stop that from happening. I just feel like they've been maybe slightly miscommunicating by the looks of it, maybe just not strategizing correctly to the or adapting to the gameplay, just trying normal things or setups that clearly don't work against any opposition that they've had so far. It's just something there that they haven't particularly attached to yet for them to obviously crack onto and get the game rolling rather.
Yeah, and that's, I think, a really great point you've touched on there, Pril. This is a team that works incredibly when they're playing together. When they're not playing together, you can really see the cracks show. I think it can be a bit on and off whether or not these players are properly communicating to one another. So I think a little bit more patience, a little bit more time, and a little bit more communication between these three players should be enough to turn the tide. I mean, we've seen them do incredible things. We know what they're capable of. This situation, it looks like maybe they just weren't quite talking to each other. Czechia, while they weren't still playing to the same level that they were playing yesterday with these demolitions, it was still more than enough to clearly cause disruption amongst the Welsh team and make them a little bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, and as you've touched on a great point there as well. As soon as they make it uncomfortable, as soon as the Wales squad gets uncomfortable, it just seems like it's the end-all, be-all for them, which is unfortunate to see. And speaking of, by the way, Aper's dribbled through the defense of Wales, and Sirac's put an absolute stop to it in the terms of a goal. Is definitely one to look out for, as Creams has been absolutely blindsided by the double commit onto the ball here in the first 15 seconds, as Czechia has already put up a lead.
And it's down to the kickoff line again. It's a great fake from Tadpole. They've got an opportunity here, but Iper stayed behind. And they've got a moment to breathe and to reposition the ball. Exactly what they'll do. Wales forced to play run around. And finally, they are able to clear it away from their own goal. Breezy has an opportunity potentially, but it's back to Iper, who's done such a great job of keeping this ball away from Wales. Tadpole now back into it, back into the fray.
Oh my word.
Breezy with a great angle. Yeah, it's just a little bit tight. Not quite able to make it in.
Not quite make it exactly that. It took the words out of my mouth. Great defense shown from Breezy once again when the team needs it most. Now on to Creams. No boost, no problem, but unfortunately not much of rated as of it yet. Great 50 from Tadpole, by the way. We have seen so much more 50s from the captain himself, the experienced player, which is knowing how the ball is being controlled massively, especially after that particular pinch there as well. That was interesting to see, to say the very least here. Now Tadpole greatly passing it onto Breezy, making it slow to attack. Off from Creams, off from the double tap opportunity. From the backboard rather, but unfortunate to see, hasn't happened just yet. As Wales, I think, do need to get control as they're slowly building towards getting that momentum in and getting the controls in as well, hopefully.
Back over into the Welsh side of the pitch once again. Sirix trying his best to continue this lead.
Oh,
it's a beautiful shot from Iper, but it ricochets the wrong way and will roll out of the goal. Now Tadpole with an opportunity to retaliate for the attempt. Iper blocks it in the air though, and Sirix picks it back up. Tadpole looks to retaliate. There it is, gets it away from them, but it's back to Iper before finally making its way back and forth yet again. The ping pong continues, and Breezy has a through. Sedu tries to get it back, but it's not a solid clear. Will go in the hands of Sirix though.
Sirix in the hands of him is going to be a one to look out for, especially Sedu as well, as we've been hanging back a lot. Not showing his attacking prowess yet here still, but Creams with the interesting angle save, definitely getting it across, but not across as much as we like to. The first half finishes with a 1-0 Czechia, showing off from that first 15-second goal that Czechia has had with Sirix, and is going for a second one as soon as I say his name, as 2 minutes and 22 seconds there left as well. They have an interesting showing, but Iper's bump has definitely made it or broke it, but it definitely made it here for the Czechia side, as Wales are continuing to lose some form, and eventually hopefully it will not come to it, but I think if it continues like this, if they don't change their play style, if they don't change their communication efforts, I think it will continue this way. As soon as I'm saying that, though, Sadu gets to put a stop to it from the Creams' shot. Breezy has to shadow back a bit too far, a bit too narrowly, rather. And Aper now moves across. Center opportunity, great for him thus far, but Creams now gets into the save here. As Breezy's been demoed in the process. Great boom. Coming in from, I believe it was Tadpole. Aper moves it across. Breezy has to put a stop to it, and that he does almost.
That he does almost indeed. Now back over to Creams. We've seen him do some incredible things so far today. Needs something of a miracle now. 1 minute 30 left on the clock, and it doesn't look like Czechia want to give Wales any space to breathe. They're going to need to pull out something special to get these 2 goals that they need to, at the very least, bring themselves to overtime. Haven't seen Wales in an overtime so far today. That could all change here.
Absolutely. As I remember from week 1, we had overtimes, but after overtime, it was something sensational to see. But hopefully, Breezy to put a stop to this equalization here. Almost gets on into the goal, but Sadu saving it with so much grace from the 2 posts and almost putting a goal into it as well. The momentum that Czechia is carrying right now with their players is absolutely immense. It's just not something to see that we would like to prefer to see, rather. But Breezy hopefully not putting a stop to it again, but the crossbar has just not been kind to us today. The crossbar gods have definitely just not been kind. Nothing more to say apart from that in regards to that as well. But 40 seconds now remain, and it is looking oh so deary for Wales to even equalise or getting into overtime, or to even take the lead at this rate. But we shall see.
It's going to be important for them. 30 seconds left, and at this point, Wales probably just don't have the time to really recover. They're going to need this next attempt to be flawless. As it passes itself up, Creams gets intercepted, but Breezy picks it back up. Iper yet again. And that should be all she wrote. Czechia just too solid in their defense for Wales to really get into this one. And while Breezy might find one more, no, even then, not quite. The ball will fall to the ground. And Czechia put themselves just 1 win away from continuing their tournament life. Whereas Wales, they are, well, they're on the precipice. 1 more game lost, and we were in this position before. At least the last time we only needed to win 1 to get the other side going. This time around, Wales need to win 2 in a row, which seemed to be a bit of a difficult option for them ever since losing that first game to Belarus.
Yeah, ever since, as I said, great point again. First game to Belarus, ever since then, Wales just seems like on a steady decline, and it is just not great seeing it, obviously. But it's because it's obviously something off of losing so much momentum to the point where they just crumble and capitulate themselves more than the enemy does for it. Because the enemy, the opponents for like the final 2 games against Belarus and the Czechia now as well, when they find that crack into the in the game, in the midfield, in the final third, whatever, they just find that crack and they move on, which is what Wales would do, or any other team would do in any other situation. But Wales has created then those chances for the opponent, not themselves, which is a bit sad to see at the moment. Hopefully for this particular match, which is going to be match point for Czechia, hopefully they bounce back, and they need to bounce back on this one.
They really, really do. Wales struggling to find their footing here against Czechia, and this is not even the Czechia that looked so scary yesterday. This is a different playstyle from them. Much less aggressive, much less reliant on getting those demolitions, on getting those players off the field. This time around, just a lot more clean, a lot more precision and defense-oriented Pril. And we're going to have to see if they can continue with that, or if Wales can finally pick themselves up, dust themselves off, get back in the saddle.
Absolutely, my friend. I mean, as we said, as we've seen, as we've established, that Wales just are not having their day, because this is not what they can do best. This is absolutely not near what they can do the best, and it is just such a sad sight to see, to be honest with you. I don't know about you, but we'll have to see on this final game, as the dream is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. But it is also looking like it comparing the last 2 games, but it is still on. The game is still on. As a early lead taken from Sadu for Czechia again has absolutely diminished everything I just said. But there's still time. There is still time. say again and again, keep repeating myself here, both me and Blazy, but when Wales takes that control, they take that control and they absolutely do everything under the sun about it.
It's the consistency, I fear, lets them down. Wales just don't have that same level of consistent play. When they're on, but when they are off, they are certainly not in control of that ball. Sadu looks to make a second attempt. It will be Breezy to cancel out the aggression. Iper meets the clear mid-air, loses the 50-50. Tadpole now dribbling it down the field, has an option, but Sirix takes it away from him. Back to Breezy. And while the aggression might be solidly in Wales' favor, they need to translate this. It's a miss from Sadu. Creams sets it up, but Tadpole's not there to turn it into more.
I don't know what Tadpole was effectively waiting for in that particular attack, but it definitely did not pay off just yet as Breezy takes it to his own hands there as it takes by 2 and by 3 almost, but Iper gets it away from Creams' opportunity being absolutely sold there. Unfortunate to see, but Iper just being everywhere on this pitch. Is the Kitsy what Kitsy was to Belarus, Iper is to Czechia at the moment. But this shot from Tadpole takes the equalization back after such a good assist we saw from Breezy there. Great playmaking ability finally showing as 3 minutes and 15 seconds remain for this one. And we have to hopefully see a taking the lead posture from Wales.
The famine is over, and finally a goal scored in favor of the Dragons. A second one could be on the cards. Tadpole, he's got beautiful form, but it's just met by too many defenders to get through. That's a great start to this comeback opportunity.
And that is unfortunately a great space-making or playmaking, or both rather, from Sadu and Iper taking the advantage for it. And Tadpole almost grazing by the goal, or you could even argue ghosting it maybe. But it's very just unfortunate to see at the moment. As soon as they get a goal, they seem to be relaxing a bit too much for our own accord. But we shall see, ladies and gentlemen.
Back over now to the Welsh team. The Dragons need to pick this back up. They cannot rest on their laurels with just 2.5 minutes left. Their dreams of making it through further to the tournament might die here. But Creams, looking to keep them alive, combines with Tadpole. It's a slow one, but it's not going to be met by Breezy. Not quite in the right position. Ball kept in the right area, but Tadpole not quite able to cancel out this aggression from the Czechia squad. One more touch will do it, but never mind. Creams keeps it out of the nets and keeps Wales at least not too far behind.
That is the distraction that we needed. The Creams' last second save is what should hopefully carry this team forward. But Sirax and Co, the Czechia side, has resorted to using the demolitions a lot more than what we've seen so far. And hopefully Wales should reciprocate, because that is the one thing that is definitely working for every team that's come up against Wales at the moment. We just need to reciprocate what the opponent is doing to defeat the opponent. That's what Sun Tzu says, right? To defeat your enemy, we must know your enemy. And hopefully we shall be reciprocating that particular quote today here. But as 1 minute and 35 seconds remain, that's going to be a great shot from Breezy, but the chances are slimming for Wales as need I remind you, as you can see by the top left, Czechia are 2-1 ahead in the best of 5. And as soon as the team who loses here, they are eliminated from this particular tournament, which is not going to be a sight to see for the Welsh side here. But we shall wait and see here, ladies and gentlemen. Great shot from Iper, great shot, save rather, from Breezy as well. Again, the third man from Wales, for Wales, is absolutely on point today in terms of his saves. Onto Iper now, trying to get a mini cycle going, but less than a minute remains now in the right-hand side corner. Iper trying to wait for a 50 opportunity from Tadpole and Co. But now Creams leaving it onto Breezy for the air dribble. Hoping to look for an equaliser here. Sadu not going for it just yet. The double tap opportunity is just not the right. It's just not the right angle you want really for anyone that has been trying to take the opportunity there. As Iper with a counter attack, almost getting by Tadpole, and that he does actually. Unfortunately, as that could be the make or break situation for Wales as Czechia goes into 3-1 as 37 seconds remain.
And the window starts to close. Not even close. Slams shut for Wales. One last opportunity to make something happen, but the kickoff is not in their favour. And they'll need to make something of this last attempt. 28 seconds on the board and 2 goals to find to just hope for overtime. Tadpole will take control of it. Dribble it down. Demoed mid-air. That's going to be Sadu out for a few seconds, but even with one less defender, Wales just cannot make it happen. And with just 5 seconds left, Wales' hopes at a victory here, the FIFAe World Cup, come to an end.
GG's to Czechia. They've definitely showed their true prowess. They've definitely showed their true colours in terms of the gameplay. GG's to everything we've faced so far yesterday and today. But unfortunately, that is the end for Wales in this particular tournament here, ladies and gentlemen. I have to say that Wales definitely, as I said before, the Wales did not show they maybe didn't even show their 50% here today due to factors that we probably don't know, to be honest with you, whether that it could be the miscommunication, something happened before the game. But it's definitely showed its effects onto the field and onto the pitch, as we saw there from those games. GG's again. We put up a fight at least.
I think if there's one thing that Wales can walk away from this knowing, it is that their defense was on point. It's just a volume problem at that point, Pril, right? You can't save every single goal. But Breezy sure made me believe that he could. Until he couldn't. Unfortunately, just not able to make that last little push there. Wales will exit the tournament there. And Czechia will make it through. And with Wales making their exit, that will mean our exit as well, Pril. So thank you very much for joining us here today. Thank you to our wonderful production team, Cashy Wadian. My name has been BlazyBard. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.